Hello everyone, it's Silver the Hedgehog here, and I'm joined by Blaze today. Greetings. And today we're going to be reacting to what Luke has stated is the penultimate Season 4 death battle, being Batman Beyond vs. Spider-Man 2099. Can you mind tell us the connections? These are, it's Batman vs. Spider-Man from Season 1, but from the future. So these are future Batman and Spider-Man here. Ah, yes. Okay, so that explains why. Yeah, kinda. Anyway, here you go. Also, the second to last time you'll hear this death battle intro, cause yeah, Season 5 has a donation.
Everyone wants to see it, and why not? It has robots, flying cars, and of course, superheroes.
Yeah, the future still has those, but they're even cooler because of all the sweet gadgets.
Like Terry McGinnis, the Batman Beyond.
And Miguel O'Hara, the Spider-Man from 2099. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
I would not be alive at 2099.
Analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Terry McGinnis was your average futuristic high school student.
He went to future raves, complained about future problems, had a future girlfriend, yeah, you know, the usual.
Until one fateful day when Terry got into a fight with a group of jokers.
What's he got against comedians?
No, a gang called the Jokers. You know, like
so
the Joker?
So the odds guys is the Joker.
It's the future.
Well, naturally.
It makes sense.
The most dangerous motorcycle chase ever put on television.
That makes
Terry
sense.
found himself inside an isolated mansion owned by an elderly billionaire named Bruce Wayne. Here, he stumbled upon the most important revelation in his life.
Bruce Wayne is Batman! Oh,
he was Batman in this timeline.
He was Batman. He retired from crime fighting years ago because, you know, age is a bitch.
Wait a minute, after decades of secrecy, a punk teenager just happens to stumble into the Batcave? For crying out loud, if he'd found my secret lair, he'd have been vaporized on the spot.
Yeah!
I mean...
Anyway, Terry's roller coaster of a day still wasn't over. Turns out, his dad got murdered.
Dad?
Bummer.
Ouch,
so he did what any emotionally charged teen who wants to avenge their dad would do. He stole the Batsuit.
But not the old cape and cowl of yesteryear. This was the latest and most advanced Batsuit. Terry McGinnis didn't just become the all-new Batman. He was Batman Beyond.
You ever wonder what would happen if Batman got a hold of an Iron Man
So this is the new Batman
suit? It's basically that. And damn, he looks friggin' rad.
The Batsuit's nanotechnology greatly enhances his strength and provides several thin yet strong layers of ballistic and environmental protection.
And he can fly! He can soar faster than a speeding future car, and he's really nimble in the air. Plus, he can always give his punches and kicks a literal rocket boost.
The suit sports over 2 dozen other gadgets for combat espionage. He has a wrist-mounted grappling hook that can extend over 50 feet. There's a cloaking device, a lock decoder, finger microphones, climbing claws, an underwater breather, thermal and binocular vision, extendable spikes on his arms, flashbang grenades, triple-weighted bolas, a buzzsaw, and even retractable tweezers.
Splinters are no laughing matter.
What?
And don't forget all those sweet batarangs. These new-age ninja stars are even sharper and more compact than before, and they come in a variety of delightful flavors, like explosive, ensnaring, and electrifying. Terry's got a solid throwing arm and can even disarm multiple opponents with a single shot. But if he's feeling a bit lazy, he can always just use his arm launchers to fire batarang discs.
Also, when anyone gets in too close, the whole suit can act like a man-sized taser. The electric shock is strong enough to stun people spliced with animal DNA and short out heavy machinery.
But the tools don't make the man, Batman. Terry's a master martial artist with plenty of training from legends like former Robin Dick Grayson, totally real ninja Kairi Tanaga, and the former Dark Knight himself. Well, once he got over the kid stealing his suit, of course.
Bruce Wayne doesn't just serve as Terry's mentor. He's also a constant source of advice and information on the go through his direct link to the Batsuit from the Batcave.
Good thing,
so kind of like
Terry's
Alfred,
not exactly the world's greatest detective.
In a way.
At least not compared to the old man.
The power to save lives
just
is
help.
you. Donate plasma and get paid for your time.
They got even the Gracies need a mentor. I guess Bruce Wayne being a mentor in this case does work out. Batman's a former Deathbound one after all.
Bruce is extremely intelligent and an
The
expert
goddamn
analyst. Plus, the
Batman.
Batcave
Makes
has
it.
some very impressive technology. Not only does it host
Just
one of
say
the most
co-
powerful supercomputers on the planet, it's also completely dependent on its own hydroelectric power supply and isolated network.
The
Still, I
former
don't care who
Batman.
Bruce used to be. Having an old guy barking orders in your ear sounds annoying. Like your dad's always looking over your shoulder. Or at least I imagine, because I didn't have one.
Well, Terry is Bruce Wayne's secret son.
What?
In an effort to ensure there would always be a Batman, government boogeywoman Amanda Waller had secretly overwritten Warren McGinnis's reproductive DNA with that of Bruce Wayne's.
So, like, he was just blasting Wayne babies? It's like all the fun what you could get out of any child support case. And bonus, I guess Terry's father technically wasn't murdered. Good for him. Also, he's got all the benefits from Bruce's kick-ass genes.
Even before going through combat training, Terry was a skilled fighter. Strong enough to send opponents flying with a single punch.
In the suit, he's strong enough to lift large I-beams and this giant boulder.
He's even survived getting his leg trapped under Bruce Wayne's
He actually
trophy
defeats
bench.
Superman.
What's so special about a
That's
penny?
Clark.
Just look at it.
Holy colossal currency, Batman!
The penny's diameter is easily 20 feet wide and is frequently dated from the 1940s. This means the penny is likely composed of bronze and weighs around
What's unfortunate is that they're no longer
166
minting pennies
That's
nowadays.
more than enough to crush all the
Oh
books
yeah,
in his foot.
they.
But not Terry. He was up and at him like nothing
not.
happened. I mean, this guy's tough enough to take a missile to the face and then fall hundreds of stories. And all he got out of it was a couple broken ribs. What's a penny as heavy as 33 monster trucks gonna do?
He's quick enough to dodge gunfire, skilled enough to defeat lizard people and the Justice Lords. In a newer suit, he could fire concussive pulse blasts and even outraced an intercontinental missile, which can reach speeds of up to 15,000 miles per hour. That's over 19 times the speed of sound.
He's still no Bruce Wayne, though.
Yeah, he's
kind of
still
a punk and doesn't have the amazing smarts or expertise of Batman Classic.
You don't quite have his magnificent
He's
brain, for
still
instance.
not smartest.
You do have his heart, though.
Maybe not, but he has accomplished feats equal to his predecessor.
Yeah,
like
but
fighting
he's
Superman and ending the Joker threat once and for all. Clearly, Terry McGinnis has more than earned the title of Batman.
Beyond.
Yes.
For some clown who thinks he's Batman.
I am Batman.
Batman Beyond.
Now for Spider-Man.
So, here's an unfortunate spoiler. The year 2099 kinda sucks.
Plagued by a
NDC,
massive
yes.
civil war between humans and mutants, the world fell into a dystopian ruin of violence and anarchy. The heroic age had come to an end.
But
Don't
some
blame
people
Magneto.
still wanted a sequel.
Enter Miguel O'Hara, a child prodigy turned super genius with a penchant for genetic tinkering.
Miguel's skills
Wait,
landed him a
what?
job at one of the biggest companies
okay.
in the world,
See ya.
Alchemax, where he got to work trying to rebuild one of the greatest heroes of all time, Spider-Man.
Specifically, he attempted to replicate the DNA of Peter Parker, the original Spider-Man. But like most of the 21st century superheroes, not much remained of Parker outside of stories and legend. Miguel had to build his experiment from scratch, starting with a single, simple spider.
Unfortunately,
That's
Alchemax didn't have the
Spider.
greatest job security. After a lot of bad blood and some spilled blood, Miguel wound up accidentally getting a dose of his own creepy crawly project.
Transforming him into the Spider-Man of 2099.
But future Spider-Man isn't quite the same as your grandpappy's Spidey.
That's right. Apart from the superhuman strength, speed, durability, and improved healing, Miguel's powers are entirely different. Unlike Parker, he can't actually stick to any surface. He can still wall crawl, though, using retractable talons on his fingers and toes, which also make for fairly deadly weapons in a fight.
And he's got
Oh.
fangs like a vampire. If he bites you, he can inject a venom that can paralyze your whole body almost instantly. Also, he may not have Petey's trusty spider sense, but his sense of sight, smell, and hearing are superfied. He can hear noises from miles away, see in the dark, and make out far-off and fast-moving objects.
I can
with
tell
ease.
what's in
In
the
fact,
dog.
his senses are
No, you
so acute,
can't.
he wears tinted glasses to keep daylight from hurting his eyes.
And like any Spider-Man, he can shoot
Yes.
webs from his hands.
Miguel doesn't
Of
need
course.
compact web shooter devices on his wrists. He actually has organic spinnerets in his arms, which create and release thick, durable strings of webbing. Because they're natural, these strings are chemically identical to spider silk, with a tensile strength similar to steel.
Yeah.
Ew! Okay, the original Spider-Man always kind of grossed me out, but this guy's powers are disgusting.
I think Miguel would agree with you.
Well,
Yeah.
one day he's just your
Yeah,
average
what?
dweeb doing sciencey
Yeah.
stuff like you, and the next he's got big lumps in his arms which shoot sticky stuff. Who wouldn't be weirded out?
Miguel saw
mean,
his
I'm
newfound
kinda
power
weirded
as a
out.
curse.
I'm
A
not
blight
surprised
which
you're
turned him
weirded
into
out
an
too,
inhuman
boys.
freak of nature.
I'm not
But
too
that didn't stop him
surprised.
from
Yeah,
fighting crime. Come,
I've seen a lot of stuff in the
Local tax
future,
experts
so
are
I'm,
here.
I'm
Now you
not
can
too
meet with a
surprised
TurboTax
myself.
expert in your
My
community.
dimension
They
does
can
not
do
have that.
complete with his own Spidey suit.
His original costume was made from unstable molecules, allowing the use of his talons without tearing the
Unstable
fabric.
molecules.
He also wears
Oh,
a
okay.
web-like cape
Yeah.
made of light bite, which lets him glide through the air.
Whoa, Light Bright! I remember that. Man, do they still have that in the future? And did they find a way to stop you losing those little pegs?
I
White,
doubt
white.
they have
Yeah,
that
whatever.
toy.
The suit looks
Yeah, they don't
pretty
have that
cool,
toy. I've
so
never
I
seen
hate
that
to
toy.
spoil the mood.
Actually, that
but
David
it's
Dare
actually
costume,
just
really?
one of the
They
male
love to
costumes from a
actually
Days
drop
of
those
Dead
little
festival.
funny
No,
tidbits.
really.
Minus
So after
awesome
meeting the
rejections.
present-day Peter Parker, Miguel received a much-needed upgrade. His new suit contained synthesized unstable molecule fabric mixed with Kevlar, greatly improving his defense.
This
Oh,
suit can survive a shot from a howitzer artillery cannon. A common M777 military howitzer fires 92-pound shells at
another tank.
2,200
Ah,
feet
the
per second.
tanks.
That hits with over
I might do
100
I might do
tons
those
of force.
anti-tanks in
Miguel's
Advanced
even
Wars.
taken a hit from the Thing, a hit which shattered a tempered glass window
Oh.
and sent Miguel flying over 2 dozen feet.
And the new suit has explosives, hologram projectors, infrared scanning, and it's even got wings and rocket boosters on the feet. Wait, that sounds familiar.
Miguel may
Maybe
be a
it do-
genius,
maybe
but
it
he's at his
does.
best when he's working with his holographic assistant, Lila, or the Lie-Rate Lifeform Approximation.
She's basically like the future Alexa with a bunch of extra features. She keeps track of Miguel's life signs and surroundings. With Lila's scanners and his super senses,
So,
anyone would have a
why
hard
do
time
I
trying to
form
sneak up on
approximation?
future Spidey.
Why?
While Lila was
Okay.
originally built as a home
Image
appliance, she
inspired
can
by
be stored
Marilyn
in Miguel's
Monroe.
portable
Yeah,
community.
I can see
She can
that.
act as an onboard lie detector and do advanced
Why
calculations
her?
to the
What
20th
people know?
decimal in a
No
millisecond,
idea.
which is flippin' amazing.
Fun fact, Lila's appearance was based on Marilyn Monroe.
Not that anybody in 2099 seems to know who Marilyn Monroe was. Okay, seriously, how did they lose so much information
Yeah.
in less than 100 years? Remember, kids, always back up your files. It'll prevent the apocalypse.
Well, lucky
Sure.
for them, Miguel got over his emo phase and started setting the future back on track. And he had the skills to do it.
He's quick enough to dodge gunfire, tough
fix it
enough to
up.
take a shotgun blast to the chest, resilient
Oh, now
enough
it's
to
a
tank
boss
electric
gun.
shocks, and strong enough to rip
Yeah,
a 20-ton
I've
turret
seen
off
that.
a tank.
More than that, he helped another Spider-Man keep this giant building piece in place. What even is that?
Likely some sort of antenna, but it also resembles the mooring mast
Yeah,
atop the Empire State
Prob-
Building.
yeah,
Back when everybody thought
kinda-
Zeppelins were the hot new thing. Because who doesn't like riding a giant flammable balloon full of explosive gas? Sign me up.
Assuming
Okay,
it's
let's-
of steel and roughly
No
estimating
more
its size compared to
Hindenburg.
the Spider-Man on the roof, then comparing the Empire State
Yeah,
Building's mooring
no
mast,
more.
this should weigh, at most, 200 tons.
So basically, Miguel's a badass.
I
and he
wanna
proved
be
it in the
Thor.
most epic way
Oh, yeah.
possible.
Oh, he actually
After
looked at
rebuilding the
Mjolnir.
world
Okay.
with
Yes,
Captain
I remember
America,
Venom
Miguel
playing
inherited the most legendary weapon of them all, Mjolnir.
Although Thor's hammer didn't actually grant him its warrior powers, Miguel didn't use it as a weapon, but as proof of his authority. A literal symbol of the societal weight he alone could carry. With his dominance
Interesting.
asserted, Miguel created the utopian future a person could only
Altered,
dream
accurate,
of.
altered?
And
Yes,
you thought
it
Peter
was
Parker
actually
was cool.
altered.
This Spider-Man is at the top.
I fix things in the present just to make my future much more peaceful and helpful.
Spider-Man of the year 2099.
That's me, ready to save the universe and looking good while doing it.
Well, can you meet the
All right,
Batman
the
from
combatants are
beyond?
set. Let's end this debate once and for
Hold on
all.
a second.
But first, the future is now in the form of Blue Apron.
Yeah, I think I'm not surprised.
Grandpappy Boots
I'm glad you
always
two
said
are very
something in
used
life
to
is better
these
than
ads.
something with your own two hands. And Blue Apron is
Well,
both
it's
those
very
things
normal.
combined.
Well, it goes
Blue
away
Apron is
over
the #1
time,
recipe
so
restaurant
you're not gonna
service
see
in
it
the
as
country.
much.
All ingredients arrive right to your door,
Oh.
guaranteed fresh and ready to
Okay.
cook.
Yeah.
It's better than eating fast food, plus it's affordable. Blue Apron is less than $10 per person per meal.
I'm just
Choose
saying,
from a variety
though.
of recipes and get the meals
Okay,
that sound
we
good
got-
to you.
Yeah, we
The
got it.
ingredients
Okay,
are
good.
perfectly proportioned and the instructions are easy to follow. I mean, even Boomstick can do it.
Hey, watch it.
Yeah,
You're not
Silver
getting
can
any
do
of
it
the next meal I
too,
make when it
once I
arrives.
teach him.
Well, then I'll make the crispy
Oh,
wild Alaskan
he
pollock and
gets
garlic mashed
help
potatoes with
from
roasted
now on.
broccoli and tartar sauce
Hey,
myself.
come
If you're
on.
worried about variety, don't bother.
Can you even cook in the
Recipes are not
future?
repeated within the year, so you'll never get bored.
no.
Check out this week's
See,
menu and get
you
$30
need-
off
see?
your
You need
first
help
order
from
with
it.
free shipping
Why, you
by
got-
going to
you got help from it too?
blueapron.com/battle.
You'll
Yeah,
love how good
Queen
it
wanted me
feels
to
and
help
tastes
her,
to create
so
incredible home-cooked meals
that's
with
not
Blue
how I helped
Apron.
her.
So don't wait.
That's
that makes a lot of
blueapron.com/battle.
sense.
Blue Apron,
Yeah.
a better way to cook.
Really?
But
It's
right
good- it's
now,
good,
it's
it's
time
good.
for a death battle!
I can understand that, too.
Anywho, are you ready?
Yes, so ready for this battle.
Okay.
McGinnis, keep an eye out. I've been seeing some odd reports regarding this part of the city.
Oh,
Hey, Bozo! I was brooding there. Who the shock are you?
well, he's the person you're about to fight. Yep.
So,
The what? The OG Pete Batman was silent ended with Batman winning.
Right back at you, Batty. Hey, Lila, give me a
That
reading
is
on this
okay.
vampire guy, yeah?
Of course, Miguel. I can't identify his tech or fighting style, but I can try hacking his suit.
Keep an eye.
He's too comfortable in the air. Try a different approach. Get to ground level.
I can't move.
So let's see. Right into the cone.
That hurt.
Something's trying to hack your suit.
Our new friend, no doubt. How's the hack going?
Nowhere fast.
Get in close and finish this quick.
No problem. Can my fangs pierce his
You
suit?
gotta do something quick.
Then I'll finish this myself.
oh, really?
You're charged with the murder of your wife.
I didn't.
Ignore that. Oh, there. What? Just done. Oh. Well, that's gone.
And
That was too
solved.
quick.
I guess that's one way to do it.
Yeah, I have to agree. That battle was beyond.
I'll never
Dude.
get tired of seeing people blow up.
Quick.
It's always such a blast.
Thanks to
That
Bruce's
definitely
counsel,
hurt.
Terry used his flashbang to take advantage of Miguel's sensitive eyesight, and his electric shock that can short out large machinery to deal with Lila.
Yeah, unlike Bruce, the poor girl
Yeah.
wasn't really built for combat. And while her hacking skills were top-notch, the isolated Batcave had the defenses to hold her off.
Even still, Terry's stats edged out Miguel's in more ways than one.
When it
Makes
came to
sense,
maneuverability and durability, they were mostly even. Both could dodge bullets
But,
and weave
but yeah,
through the air.
as I
Both
said,
could survive
as you
heavy
said,
ballistic
boys,
hits.
this
But
battle
unlike
was
Terry,
way
Miguel
too
never outraced
fast.
anything
Yeah,
faster than a
yeah,
Mach
this battle went
19
by too
ballistic
quickly.
missile.
For physical strength, Terry had him beat too. Recall that boulder that he lifted underwater. This took place in Superman's
Oh.
Fortress of Solitude near the Arctic, so the boulder was likely composed of sedimentary dark limestone, the most common rock type
Dark
around
limestone.
that location. So we compared Terry's height to the boulder, applied the density for limestone, and subtracted the weight reduced by underwater buoyancy, to find the boulder's weight to be 192 tons.
And he
Okay.
tossed it aside like it was nothing. Terry's peak strength in the batsuit has to be more than 200 tons.
Assuming Miguel
Yes.
applied his fair share when holding up that antenna, his best strength feat we know of is at max 100 tons.
But he's a Spider-Man. Spider-Man can lift more than that, right?
Not usually.
Not quite.
Technically, Miguel's powers are so different from Peter's that we shouldn't really scale him to other Spider-Men. But for the benefit of the doubt, let's do it anyway.
We'll check out 2 of Spider-Man's most impressive strength feats. The first is the time he braced a private jet while it was landing. Look at him! He's literally the landing gear.
According to Spider-Man himself,
right.
the plane's total weight was at most 115,000 pounds. Adding the thrust from a Whittle W1 engine, which this small jet is most likely to have an engine comparable to, this feat comes out to 58 tons.
Not even close to Terry's 200. Then there was this one time where Spidey had to push way past his limits to lift what he offhandedly compared to as a locomotive. Since he can measure the plane, it's likely he's accurate here, but given the time period, that's still only 130 tons at most.
Still
It's
not
clear
good.
Terry
That's
had
still
a
less
pretty
than
sizable
that.
physical advantage.
Yeah, he
And
has
just because Terry's mind wasn't as fine-tuned as the original Batman's didn't mean he's dumb.
Even more, Miguel never trained like Terry did. Hell, he never really had much formal training at all. But Terry was trained
He
by
was so
ninjas, stealth artists, and
Miguel
other crime
was.
fighters
Yeah,
would be a
he was.
master in the battlefield. And since Miguel didn't have a spider sense, Terry just had to wait until the untrained future Spidey left an opening.
In
And he
short,
did.
while Miguel wasn't completely outmatched, Terry's superior strength, counseling, equipment, and training won the bout.
Turns out this Batman was beyond him.
The winner is Batman Beyond.
So there's that.
Yes. As interesting as it was, I just have to say, that battle was just way too short.
Yeah, as I said, way too short.
That still does still fit the brutality, though.
Yeah, but
It just does not. It just will, Okay, we got it. Battle's too short. I think the next battle is longer, which will be the season 4 finale. Okay, then.
well, that will be a wrap for this series. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Yes, thank you for watching.
And next battle, season 1 finale.
Correct. So, thanks for watching.
And we'll see you next time soon. Hopefully. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.